Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans, with your hosts, Jessy Martin.
Because 90% of them are wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Max Taman.
You've got a plate of shit and you've got a bowl of shit. They're the same thing.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
John Taman.
What the hell was I talking about?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast. Picks the NFL. This is the wild card weekend, and we are going to pick the NFL wild card football games because, God damn it, this is the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast. Picks the NFL. If you were expecting something else, maybe you should have gone there.
And that was a mini Taman tantrum. How we doing, everybody?
Yeah, I do have a Taman tantrum for today, but that's for later on. Okay, hey, so, man, we're going to pick some football games today. We've only got a few, and we're going to have to pick them early on Friday here because, and then we're going to show them to you tomorrow, which will be Saturday. So for all of you people caught in temporal displacement, I'm sorry. I've really just kind of fucked you there. But, look, let's get to it, man. We got 8 football games.
No, we don't.
How many there are?
No, we had
2,
6.
3, 4,
6
5,
games.
6 football games to pick here. We're going to make some bad bets, and we're going to see how we're doing it here. And because of the time crunch, we are recording this earlier, so there's going to be none of you in the chat to be able to share.
Well, I mean, let's
fun.
let's give them the real reason. And we have another storm, and it's my turn to get dumped of snow. So we're getting around 6 to 7 inches of snow.
So
and I have to work tomorrow.
you can go lay down twice and be fine.
Maybe. But I have to work tomorrow, and that sucks. So there was just no time to do the live pick show like we normally do. So
That's right.
blame Mother Nature.
That's right. And as much as we would have liked Jesse to do it while he was in the truck plowing your driveways and your neighborhoods, we would rather have not had the city get.
I mean, we all know Jesse would have been sitting in the end watching everybody shovel snow, and then he would just come through and just pile it all back on. So
pretty much.
Already. All right,
Should we go through the book?
John,
from
your
last
mic
week?
is extremely low, man.
There you go. Sounds perfect.
Yeah, there I am right there.
There you go.
All right,
So,
and now
week 18 in the Big and Boss book. Let's have a look. It was a lean week, is what I'll say. But we'll go through it. Anyway, Jesse, you predicted 12 correctly. John, you predicted 11 correctly. Max, you were 10. I was also at 10. So Jesse wins again this week.
Wait a minute.
That breaks the tie. That
Wait.
breaks the tie, right?
12 is higher than 11? Since when?
Yes.
No, man. I'm sorry. I'm living
Anyway.
in 2025.
Yeah.
I don't need to accept anything.
Going on to the bets then. So, Jesse, the only one that you got through was Chicago to cover, minus 10.5. $25 on that was $46.74. Your down this week was $375. Your return, $46.74.
Can't win them all, but that's okay.
No, you can't. It's a loss of $328.26. John,
I can afford it.
yeah, you can, especially after the parlays landed. Baltimore minus 19.5 and the over of 41.5 was a plus 200. You put 100 on that, it gave you $300. The Chicago plus the 10.5, again, you put 50 on that, gave you $93.48. Jacksonville plus 3.5, $50 on that, gave you $98.08. Denver laying the points minus 10.5, 50 on that, gave you $97.62. Los Angeles Chargers minus 4.5 plus the over, 50 on that was a plus 110, that gave you 105. And your total downs this week were 900. Your returns was 694.18. A loss, John, of 205.82. Max, you only got one in as well, which was Baltimore 19.5. 100 on that gave you 183.33. Your downs was 450. Your returns was 183.33. A loss of 266.67. We're not even going to mention me. I got none in. My downs was 600. Total loss of 600. So on the season then, season totals finished. Jesse, 5 prediction wins. John, 4 prediction wins. Max, 1 prediction win. I got 3. In the bets, Jesse, you are on 11. Jesse, you finished on 10. John, you finished on 4 as this week's winner with the least loss. Max, 2, and I got 2. And I've actually done the season totals. So let's do the season totals.
Okay.
Season totals. So, Jesse, your totals down for the entire season.
Wait a minute. You said season totals.
Yeah, as in how much we put on bets.
So now you're talking about totals for the entire season. Correct. Just wanted to be clear.
We are okay. So
just wanted to make sure.
Your total down this season was $17,115. Your returns were $21,056.96, giving you a profit on the season of $3,936.96. John, your total down for the entire season.
Wait, let my wife leave the room real quick.
17,635. Your returns was 15,053.64. A loss of 2,581.36 on the season.
Oh, this is
Max. Max. Here we go. 8,750 down for the season. Okay. Very meager. Returns of 9,325 and 86. A profit of $576.86. It's I'm lying
some
to
reason,
you. It's 575, but it's 575.86. But I'll give you the extra bit of cents. So we're saying 576.
I was expecting to be in the black.
No, and you know why that was? That was because your long
that one parlay that you got. That one long.
You are in the black.
Yes,
you are in the black.
Yes,
you think
you're in the black.
Right, you think in the red.
Yeah.
Me, I'm in the red. I had a terrible year.
You did. I'm going
to make it up in the playoffs here.
No, not as terrible as me, John. I put down 10,900 and my returns were 8,252.52. So a loss of 2,647.48. So the actual losses on the season, it was me by about $100. I was worse off.
Man.
But
so
the big profiter was Jesse on 3,900, nearly $4,000. But you made 500, nearly $600 as well, Max. So well done.
What I'm hearing is I know something.
You know something.
What you're hearing is you got lucky on a long shot.
That's exactly. It was that long
Take
shot.
that one long shot away. Take that one long shot away.
Track. Yeah.
Take that one long shot away because he got a big. He got a big. It was like what, $4,000 or something like that.
$4,000, yeah.
So let's just minus $4,000 from that. What would that be?
We don't need to do all that.
No, there's no point in doing that. What it's going to be is, he's going to help pay my car payment.
Yeah, so it was a total win of 4,944.
Yeah, almost that's 5 G's, man. Yeah. And you were what, $500 in the black?
$500 up.
That would have been such a
$4.5 loss.
Hey, there's always next year.
Well, we got the playoffs coming up, and we're going to find out how we're going to do that. And I'm at the mercy of you guys now. Now is when I turn over the reins and stop being the world's worst podcast host and turn it over to Jessy to be the world's worst podcast host and run these games on through.
Yeah.
All right, so timeout. When if you guys have parlays and shit like that, just send them to me, and I'll put them on the cut before I put it up tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
I'll make the graphics
we'll do
and
that.
shit.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, but you can just talk them now, and then I'll just put the graphic.
Yeah,
in.
I'm actually making parlays right now, like betting real money right now. So like some of them, I'm like kind of going in between. If I see something that I like,
I don't have mine yet. That's the one thing I didn't get around to doing. So.
We've been so fucking swamped with snow cleanup and now pre-treatment. I just hadn't had fucking any time to tweak the
and the beavers,
The beavers.
Well, hey, me too, man. It's been busy as shit. I thought I'm always of the thinking that with my job, I'm always like, okay, by the time the end of the year rolls around, I'll get a minute to breathe. But then it's like, oh, we got all this New Year's shit to do. It's like, fuck. There is no minute to breathe. All right, so back. All right, so let's pick some football games.
Yeah, let's do it. We got our first game. I guess this is this at 4 o'clock or is this coming on at 3 o'clock?
This is 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. We got the San Diego Chargers traveling to Houston to take on the Texans.
It's
4:30. I'm sorry.
Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're
Always
all
be the
San
San Diego
man.
Chargers. Don't worry about
It's
that.
the Houston Oilers and the San Diego Chargers.
This isn't the Oilers. This is the new team.
I don't care.
Yeah, the Oilers are the Texans.
It's whatever I say.
I mean the Titans.
Titans now, yeah.
Chargers are favored by 3. Over under is 42.5. I think the line is right. Chargers are the better team. You know, C.J. Stroud took the league by storm last year, coming in as a rookie. Did very, very well, much like Jaden Daniels did with the Washington Commanders, even though Jaden Daniels had a better season. But the Texans just have not been able to put it together. They've had injuries. Their offensive line is trash. C.J. Stroud is always running for his life. I like the Chargers in this game. Jim Harbaugh has come in as a first-year head coach for the team and has really taken that culture and just the Chargers culture has always been okay, but he's really brought a mentality to that team that's, you know, I've never seen a Chargers team play this hard before. So give me the Chargers laying the points. I'm going to put 50 on it, and I even like the over as well. I don't want to parlay that. But they'll be 2 separate, so I'll put 50 as well on the over.
I've got it, Jesse. Yeah.
All right.
And,
I like the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I do have a sizable parlay. This is going to be my same game parlay.
Same game. Jesse's big same game easy money parlay of the week.
So I got Joe Mixon plus 50 alt rushing yards. J.K. Dobbins plus
12 minutes.
Plus 40 alt rushing yards. Nico Collins plus 50 alt receiving yards. Ladd McConkey plus 60 alt receiving yards. Joe Mixon 25 receiving yards. C.A. Stroud plus 200. Justin Herbert plus 200. And a Ladd McConkey anytime touchdown for a plus 1604.
Okay.
Woof.
You'd think with all of that, you would get like plus 6804, but there's so many easy ones to get there.
And is that $100 on that one, Jesse? Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. What I'm doing for all of these in the show is I'm just writing the time down on the recording, so I know, and then I'll watch the show back and look back at it.
That's fine, Scotty. You don't need to take anybody behind the curtain.
Exactly. Who have you got in this game then, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what. I do like it the same way that Jesse liked it. In that, well, other than all of that other parlay stuff there that he's talking about, but I like the Chargers -3 in this game. I want to put $100 down on that, and I also want to put it down on the over $50. Don't want to parlay either one of them. It's hard to sit here and for me and make a parlay because you want to say Nico Collins touchdown. That dude is money until lately when the fucking the Texans can't find anything, you know. They scored 2 points 2 weeks ago. What did they score last week? Hardly jack shit, nothing. Collins didn't do much. So
the Texans can say they're lucky to be in the AFC South.
They are.
100% agree.
They are. And I mean, most of them can say it. That I would say. From what I understand, Joe Mixon's got a bad stutter. I don't know if he can say it very well. But but you would think that those would be some reasonable bets to say Mixon's going to score or Mixon's going to get 50 yards or, you know, Nico Collins, 75 yards and a touchdown sounds reasonable. But you never know. You never know. They might just come out there and lay a flat turd. So I am not putting any parlays down on this. That's a long way to go to say nothing, Scott. Moving on.
Okay, Max, what about you?
For this game, I want the Chargers. I'm gonna do just a money line parlay. So every game that I pick, and I have the odds for it. We can get there. My big
cool.
thing.
If you just want to, should we just give that at the end then, if that's okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
And we'll just money line pick your picks. Is that going to be your bet of the week then?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
I just want to say real quick, the Texans have a stat I've never seen before. Their point differential on the season is 0.
Oh wow, really?
They have given up and scored 372 points.
That's amazing.
And that's not even the worst of playoff teams.
So I have on this one, I have also took the Chargers, but I'm going to put a parlay on this, and I probably might need someone to look at the odds for me. So I want a Ladd McConkey anytime touchdown, plus a J.K. Dobbins touchdown, and I'll give the 3 points as well. I'll lay them 3 points.
All right, hang on one second. Let me
for the Chargers. That's a plus 663.
Plus 663.
I'm putting 100 on that one, so there you go.
All right. Boy, J.K. Dobbins, he started off hot as hell, and then he just kind of, I know he got
hurt.
dinged a little bit. He always gets, when he gets hurt, he gets hurt. But,
And,
he got dinged a
that was
little.
the thing. He got hurt. He only
dinged.
played like 10 games.
Yeah, he got dinged. He missed a bunch of time, but he started off really hot.
He played 13 games and scored 9 touchdowns.
Not bad. All right, who we got next? Who's next here on the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast picks the
AFC
NFL? We're
North
here.
game.
We pick the NFL with the guys from the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast.
We got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling down the corridor to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 9.5. Crazy number
For a playoff game.
Especially
those-
playoff game and
rivals
against
as well.
Yeah, these rivals that play each other so hard. We know that Baltimore kind of wiped the floor with them the last time that they played, but still over under 43.5. No Zay Flowers. I don't like this line. I think it's way too big. But give me the Ravens for the win. I'm not touching anything on this line though.
Yeah, I agree.
John?
I agree completely. Without Zay Flowers, I don't think that they're the same team. I don't think that they're that much different, but I don't think that they're the same team to be saying 9.5 against the Steelers, Mike Tomlin in the playoffs. Even though, the Steelers are as flat as my ex-wife. All right, that's 2 jokes about her in 2 weeks. Sorry.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday. No more jokes. That's
The
enough. of that.
Steelers are also losers of 4 in a row.
You wouldn't give 9.5 here because TJ
No.
Watt can destroy any team, and he's always going to get at least a sack to Lamar. Defensively, they're a very good side, Pittsburgh. But you're right, the Ravens have had the better of them over these last couple of games, for sure. Especially if you're watching Hard Knocks, you can see it on there. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this either. I really don't even want to put a bet on this game. So
No.
give me for the book, Baltimore. What about you, Max?
I'm the same way. For this game, I saw a stat today. In their team history, the Steelers are 15-2 against division opponents in the playoffs.
Yeah, but you got to factor that most of those are I shouldn't say most, but a lot of those are 1970s,
Right, but
and some of their
even still,
dynastic teams.
That's just saying
Not
that
this team.
You're right, but they always play the Ravens close. Even when they beat them, it was 18-16, and then when they lost, it was 34-17, and Baltimore pulled away at the end. That being said, Baltimore for the win.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. I do want to put on. I want to put one. I'm putting Baltimore for the win there, and I want to put one parlay. I want a Mark Andrews touchdown because somebody said that guy's got dicks for hands. And I'll tell you what,
You're
those are
fucking
some-
up. You're fucking up one of my bets, real bets right now. John.
I'm
letting you
Mark
know.
Andrews touchdown and Derrick Henry for 2 touchdowns.
See, that is pushing it. Because every time you put Derrick Henry for 2, he only gets 1.
I know.
I look back in the book there over the last 3 or 4 weeks. The amount of times you went Derrick Henry for 2 touchdowns and he's only
Plus
got 1.
954.
Plus 954. And you want 50 on that, John, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Mate, stick with it. If you think that formula works, stick with it, man.
Well, it's not a matter of whether I think that formula works. Obviously, it doesn't work. I've lost
formula
$2,500 this
It
year.
hasn't been working.
Nothing's working for me. So fuck it, full steam ahead. Let's do it.
All right, moving along.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we got the Denver Broncos.
This one I don't know what to do with this game.
to take on
This
the
is the
Bills.
this is the Saturday
This is
evening
Sunday.
game for me.
No,
so
no. This
Is
is
it 1
Sunday at
p.m.
1 o'clock.
Sunday?
This is Sunday
So,
1
yeah.
o'clock.
nice.
Bills are favored by 8.5. Over under is 47.5. And I gotta say I don't like this line too much. With the Broncos defense as it is, I think this is going to be a little bit closer of a game because they have been, doing pretty well on offense too. I mean, Nix is nothing to joke about. He's a good quarterback. I think he surprised a lot of people. I didn't think. I laughed when Peyton and company drafted Nix that high.
We did. We sure did.
We're on here.
Yeah, we're on this podcast.
It was surprising, but he's really made the most of his opportunity and is the second best rookie quarterback to come out this year. I like this Denver team. It's a good team, but you guys know I am all about the Buffalo Bills and mainly Josh Allen, the true MVP of the league, in every definition of the term, what an MVP is. As great as a season as Lamar has had, he has had a hell of a lot more help than Josh Allen. So I'm not touching the line. I think it's going to be a little bit closer of a game because Bills' defense has definitely been susceptible, and the Broncos just playing great on both sides of the ball. But I like the over in this. So I will put 50 on the over and give me the Bills for the book.
All right. It's going to snow, but not going to be anything serious.
Is it going to snow?
It's going to be a
It's got
it's
snow showers.
It's a 20% chance at kickoff.
Right. So which in Buffalo, that means they should expect like 12 inches by the halftime, and then it'll clear out and it'll be gone, and they'll be done and over with it. That's nothing for them. But yeah, I don't think it's going to make any difference anyway. It's not like Denver doesn't see snow. So I do like Bo Nix in this game, and I like the way that he's been able to really be resilient throughout the games. He's had games where they've just gone out and wiped the floor with teams that they're supposed to wipe the floor with, and he's gone out with teams that maybe they're not supposed to be so good against, and he's played really hard and really well and come back and win. I mean, not necessarily like Jaden Daniels comebacks, but he keeps him in the game. Courtland
John,
Sutton,
you're wondering if the pressure of the playoffs, though, when you get these
He's a rookie.
quarterbacks,
Right. He's a rookie.
how that would affect him. I'm wondering if the bookkeepers are looking at this as like, hey, yeah, Nix, great, you're here, but this is the big boy stage now.
Well, true, and it's also one of the big boy stadiums that if you're going to go play as a rookie in the playoffs for your first ever game, that's a place that is going to frickin' get in your head, I think. So I don't necessarily like the line. I think I'll take the Broncos in the 8.5 points. Is that what it is? 8.5?
Yeah.
I'll take the Broncos in the 8.5. I think the Bills will win, and I do want to hit the over. I want to put 50 on the over by itself. At the 8.5, I'm not too just 25 on that because I'm not terribly. But I just
it's a
Bo
tough
Nix
call,
has
man,
that.
'cause-
He's got that thing going on. He could turn it on.
Yeah.
Courtland Sutton's been playing well. They've got running backs that necessarily don't all have good games, but they together managed.
Courtland Sutton's a badass receiver, man.
He is.
Jerry
Give him
Jeudy.
give him
Where's Jerry
somebody that
Jeudy
can
at?
throw him
Judy's
the
in
ball.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
He's in
Cleveland.
Cleveland now,
He's
yeah.
in Cleveland crying about Terry McLaurin.
So,
Go ahead.
Yeah,
oh,
go ahead,
is it my
Max.
turn?
Yeah, you said so.
Oh, I didn't know if you were done. I'm sorry. So, for me, what travels in the playoffs?
Defense,
And
running game,
Running game.
you know what the Broncos don't have?
running game.
They don't have
The
much
running
of a
game.
running game.
They had their leading rusher had 500 yards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But if
But
you
they
put them all
also-
together,
the
because they
Bills'
all
defense
play.
isn't that good. That's my conundrum is like the Bills' defense ain't that great.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
I just-
the Broncos don't just give one of them the ball 20 times a game. They
You're
all
right. I
three
mean,
of them
look,
go in and play.
Williams had 139
Knicks can run the ball
carries.
too. Knicks runs the
Right.
ball too.
So
Yeah.
here's my thing: is Williams had 139 carries, McLaughlin had 113, Knicks had 92, and Esteem had 76.
Doesn't
Meanwhile,
show me anything.
Knicks threw the ball 567 times. They
Sure.
They don't run the ball.
Well, I mean, it's a pass offense.
But they don't.
fucking.
You got to play.
It's Sean Payton.
You got to be able to run the ball in the playoffs.
It's Sean Payton.
And you're right. And I think the Bills are going to win the game. I think I would be not surprised if Denver made this close and even snuck out a win. But I think Buffalo is going to win this game.
Oh, no kidding. Really?
I agree.
Fuck out of here.
For-
Really?
For the,
That's what we're talking about here.
for the book, I'm taking Buffalo, but I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to up John's bet. I'm going to say I already put this down. $50. I'll take the 8.5 points because I think Denver are going to run this close. This could be 3-4. We'll be tight this game. Be very tight, I think. They put 38 on Kansas City, and I know it's Kansas City's they were resting everybody. But even so, you're going into the playoffs with momentum.
Sure.
And that's a big thing.
So from what I got out of that is that Scott could take 50 pounds in his mouth.
I said pounds, sorry, I meant dollars.
Oh, well, then it would cost $50 for Scott to put his mouth where the money is. Wait a minute.
Oh boy.
I don't know what the hell happened there. Well, I'm sorry. You're the one that said it.
No.
All right. So
Let's move on.
be contrite.
You are an angry little bastard tonight. You.
I've got a rager today, man. Let me tell you.
God.
Hi, Dad.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
All right, we got
that
the Green Bay Packers traveling to Philly to Lincoln Financial Field, taking on the Eagles. Eagles are 4.5-point favorites. Over is 54.5. A week ago, or
54. 45.
Well, that's what I said. I'm just like my dyslexia just showed a little bit. 45.5. Today, Junior.
Philadelphia.
Look, a week ago, it was kind of wondering what's going on with these quarterbacks from both of these teams. You have Jordan Love with a little funny bone injury, and you have Jalen Hurts with a concussion. He hadn't played in like 24 days now.
Both of them are off the injury report.
Yeah, they're both off the injury report, so they're pretty much full strength, except for Christian Watson, and that's a big, they're going to miss him a little bit because that's their outside receiver. But Jalen Hurts in the rust factor, he hasn't been on the field in a while.
Right.
I like the Green Bay Packers in this game, fellas. I think they are going to go in to the Eagles Stadium and punch him in the fucking mouth.
Dude, I would have a rager if they did that.
Are you just letting your heart rule your head?
No, man. I look. Hurts not playing.
I get it.
I don't think they're that much different with Pickett in there.
I like Green Bay's got a stacked team. They play well on defense, and Matt LaFleur is a very good coach, very good play caller. Mm-hmm. Give me the Packers to win this game.
Okay. The one thing for me in this game, and I'm sorry to cut over the top of you, John, is they're going up against the number one offensive line.
So
the offensive line will be. I know we did, but the offensive line will be key. Well, all I'm saying is Jordan Love is not Jaden Daniels, especially with the rush factor. So that plays into it. Is he a good pocket passer? Yes, he is a good pocket passer, but he's been injured as well. So what does that limit him to?
You know what Green Bay's really, really good at in
running the ball.
What the receivers, their receivers that are healthy are really, really good at the fucking quick game.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. Screens and quick game.
Mm-hmm.
They are good.
Yeah, they are excellent. Excellent. Josh Jacobs, man, he's going to have. I think Josh Jacobs is going to have a big day too.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't see it that way. I see them able to play.
That's why you lost a whole bunch of money.
I know. I'm going with the safe bet here. And
you're right. It is a safe bet. The Eagles are a safe play on this. Yeah. But I just got a feeling, man.
I get it. That's fine. He's got that hunch. All right. And, it's only because scoliosis. But I'm going with.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, man.
That's right. I'm going with the Packers.
Esmeralda.
That's right. Ring the bell for the Packers. All right. So I'm taking the Eagles minus 4.5, and I'm putting $100 down on that because I think they are going to do it. They're at home. Saquon Barkley is going to be like, look, I didn't get my 2,000 yards this season, so I'm going to get him today. And I think he's going to rush for 1,964 yards against the Packers in the first half. So, no, I think I can see Barkley having a big day. I'm not going to touch any of the parlays right yet. I'm going to wait till Max goes because I haven't actually looked at them right yet, but I do want a couple of them in this game. So,
I
agree with Jesse. I think Green Bay is going to come into this game.
Kiss of death there, Jesse.
No, just kidding.
When you're a London dog, it's all right.
For me, I think
we should have it. I got to make a sound of it. Max's weird, fucked up pick of the week. Max's what the fuck pick of the week.
We should have one of those. Seriously,
I have to do some work on this show. It's just I have no time to do it. But go ahead.
Personally, I trust Josh Jacobs in that Packers game more than I trust Saquon.
Really?
And yes.
Oh my God! Hot take, Max.
That's a little hot.
So here's the thing about Saquon: we watched him play in 2 games against our team, and then outside of, he played 8 quarters. In 6 of them, he had 95 rush yards, roughly. He had 60 yards in game 1 and then 35 in game 2. And then outside of the first and fourth quarter of the last 2 games, he had 150. If you can contain Saquon Barkley, the Eagles don't go anywhere.
Max picks them goalposts up and goes, well, hang on a minute. Let me pull it back a little bit further. Now, let me tell you, if you take away those other 2 right there, and by the time we get away the fuck back here, he ain't shit.
You know what the Packers can do, though, is stop the run. The Packers
They can.
They can.
You have a point, Max. After they got rid of Joe fucking Barry, their defense got a lot fucking better.
And I don't think the Eagles can stop the run as well as the Packers, and I don't think that Jalen Hurts is going to be as sharp as he usually is. I think the Packers will come in there and win this game.
That's my premise, man. Jalen Hurts has been out long. Like I think there might be some rust, man, and there's going to be pressure on this Eagles team. They're pressured to win the fucking Super Bowl with as talented team as they have, and I think Jalen Hurts folds when the pressure is on.
Okay. John, do you want to do a parlay on this?
I do. All right, here's what I've got. I've got Josh Jacobs over 69.5 yards rushing because I do see him having a good game. A.J. Brown with a touchdown and Josh Jacobs also with a touchdown. That's at plus 549 for $50.
I've got
Back to you, Johnny. Or back to you, Scotty.
Max, do you want to do any parlays in this game at all?
No.
No.
I just have the one.
I'm going to go for the Philly for the book. I don't want to put anything on this. Personally, in real life, I've got a Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown, but no, I don't want any. I don't want anything.
Hey, that's been your kiss of death.
Yeah, it has. You're right. It absolutely has.
He's been disappointing in that regard lately.
Yeah. Right, we'll move on to the next.
What you ought to do, in all honesty, is if you're going to bet
for a minute,
if you're going to bet $10, Scott, what you ought to do is bet $5 and then send me $5 because then I won't bet with you, and that way you have a better chance of winning.
Okay, that's what you did.
Right.
Yeah.
See, right. Because if you just put $10 down and I go ahead and do the same bet, you're done. That's your $10 is gone.
Very true.
Because mine is. I mean, fuck it.
Chase
That's right.
Brown.
Dude, that's right. I'm making a bet. I'm just lighting my money on fire. Here, go Chase Brown. Go ahead, take that.
Oh, dear.
That's what Chase Brown got that thing in his helmet from FanDuel. John Taman's got you on an anytime touchdown here. Go down at the fucking one. Oh, break your ankle so the clock stops and they have to score anyway and really piss him off.
throw it out of bounds over the top of the pylon. Yeah,
That's
thanks.
right. Get Adam Thielen on the phone. We're really gonna fuck with him next week.
I think we're going to go to the Monday night game first.
Yeah, let's do the Monday
Yes,
night
we
game.
need to do the Monday night game.
We have the Minnesota Vikings, 2.5 favorites against the Los Angeles Rams. Over under is 47.5. This spread was a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be.
It's because it's in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But I don't think the spread didn't change before they moved it, though. I think
Did it not?
Vikings was,
Okay.
I don't think it did.
It's a road. Yeah, it's playoffs on the road.
I think it's close to because I think the Rams did one of the Vikings' 3 losses was
the Rams.
against
That was the only team not named Detroit to beat them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Wait, let me see here. Note next year. Call my team Detroit.
The Rams got their ass. I mean, the Vikings got their ass handed to them.
Yeah,
in
they
the fourth quarter of the game last week against Detroit.
By Jameer Gibbs.
They did. Jameer Gibbs just kept throwing candy at him. Here, have some.
Jameer Gibbs treated them as toilet paper and just wiped his ass.
I tried to say it nicely, Have a Hershey's kiss. Here.
But I think the Vikings rebound and win this game. I think they win this game pretty handily. Their defense is so freaking good, and give it up for fucking Sam Darnold. As we said, at least the past month, we used to make fun of him so much.
Mercilessly.
We
He
still make
deserved
fun
it.
of him, and he does have a cinder block for a fucking head. But
He is an ugly dude. That's for sure.
But he's been playing great this season.
Yeah.
He's had a great season. But I like the Vikings, even though I like the Rams too. But I think the Vikings just overall offense, defense, special teams is just going to be too much for the Rams to take.
Yeah. See, this game to me's got good 70s vibes. I look at that thing there. I mean, granted, the Rams helmet is different, but this is 1977 playoffs, man. And unfortunately, it's usually up in Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota. You get those nice frozen games where the Rams would just go up and die. You got Lawrence McCutcheon and you got Chuck Foreman. But now they're going to Los Angeles. Well, they're going to go play in Arizona. So, in terms of the game, enough of my reminiscing. Definitely the Vikings in this game. I think that they're going to rebound. I think the Rams just have not been playing good football lately. Cooper Kupp is as cold as anybody. Puka Nacua has been up and down. He's had, I don't want to say injuries, although he has had injuries, but he's also he's had periods during games where he goes out because something's hurting him, or he pulled his fucking groin or something. So I do like
they
the
got
Vikings in this
firepower,
game.
man, and they got Sean McVay. That's
They
the
do.
thing.
Kyron Williams is a really good back, too.
Matthew Stafford can turn it on. And I mean, one of the things about this game that really kind of intrigues me is the experience of Matthew Stafford, not just as a quarterback, but in the playoffs, Super Bowl type atmosphere. And Sam Darnold. He's never done this before. But he played at USC, so I don't think that the crowd's going to bother him all that much. I don't think it's going to be too big for him to go to L.A. So, give me the Vikings. I'm going to lay those 2.5 points. I'm going to put $100 down on them. I'm confident in them. And I'm also going to put 50 down on the over for this football game.
Max?
Oh, we got 15 minutes, boys.
I'm going to take the Rams.
Ooh.
I
get it.
Hey, why not?
did not like how the Vikings performed last week, and I think Sam Darnold is beginning to be the Sam Darnold of old. I think the Rams are going to come out, and that offense is going to wake up.
Okay. Do you want any parlays or any bets on this, or are you just doing the one?
Just the one.
It's Monday night, so I don't want to do anything
Yeah,
yet. That's the thing. Today's Friday. I don't want to. I'm not betting on any of those things yet. Go ahead.
$300 on the Minnesota money line. Come on.
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm doing.
I thought
think
you
the
meant a parlay.
Vikings will win this. No, but I'm putting a bet on. The Vikings will win this game. That's it for me. Okay, game of the week. Game of the week.
Game of the year. Let's see it.
Dum.
All right, we got the Washington Commanders traveling to Tampa. Take on the Bucks.
Yeah,
Bucks are
man.
favored by 3
Highest line.
points.
Highest line of the week as well.
Over under 50.5. Boys, this is it, man. This is what we've been waiting for a long time. A real chance at a playoff run right here. Not a back end fucking division winner. We came in here at 12-5. Nobody and their brother reasonably thought that this was going to happen. Fuck off, Canada Mike. You're just bullshitting. We know that.
Yep. And Canada Mike's brother's a real idiot.
And the thing about it is
Canada Phil.
Looking at all the NFL analysts, a lot of them are giving us a chance to win this game, and I think we do have a chance to win this game. We're coming in here relatively healthy. Now, I saw today and listening to Bucks analysts radio all weekend, they said this that Jamel Dean and Winfield was probably not going to play. Now they're saying that they are going to play.
Well, they're questionable in the playoffs.
They report today before you went on. They said they're listening as questionable, but they're definitely playing.
All right, remember this is tomorrow.
Worries me just a bit.
This is tomorrow. We got the news faster than that, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah,
that's right. But yeah,
this is going with the heart right here. I think Washington gets his first playoff win since 2005.
Okay.
I want to because my heart says the same exact thing, that we are capable, and we've got a guy, man. And even though they've got a lot of weapons and they're able to really present us a lot of problems, we've got a guy. And as long as that guy shows up and plays the way that guy can play, which is not like last week against the Cowboys, then we got a shot. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to put it down. Give me the Redskins excuse me. Give me the Commanders. Excuse me. Give me the Washington. Give me the Commanders in the playoffs in the book for the win over the Buccaneers.
Max?
For the exact same reasons as my dad just said, give me Tampa. I don't know if I trust this team in the playoffs yet.
He says
Max?
Faith sometimes.
Heart obviously says us for the book, Tampa. And it's not because I can't bet on my own team.
This is why you guys are on the bottom of the screen, I'll have you know.
I don't care.
Hey, who made money on the bets? Who made money on the bets?
Pish posh.
True that. Yeah.
Pish posh. I haven't seen any results of that. I've yet to be taken out to dinner or anything. Anyway. All right. So, all right, everybody. There you go. That's the big show. We're going to go ahead and watch the football games now. And hang on a minute. Let me get where I've got to go and get to what I need. And it would be this. So we will see you not right after the Commanders game unless we win and we're too excited. I don't know. We'll see how it is.
If we win, we're getting on.
We might just come on right after the Commanders game and say hey and see what's going on. But we will be back Monday at 5:30, just like always, to go ahead and wrap up everything that we saw in the Commanders' big victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go, boys. Good luck on the bets. Good luck on your picks. And Scotty, you guys are going to be back Thursday at 3 o'clock on the 1 Point Safety Show?
We will indeed, John. Yeah.
How's things going over there?
Very good, yeah, I'm enjoying it. The chat is great. Jesse's in there all the time, gobbing off with his arch nemesis Scott G. So yeah, it's good.
I guarantee you, if you called Jesse's boss and say, "Oh, look, I saw Jesse gobbing off," he would get called into the office, and they would say, "Just the fuck are you doing out there in those trucks?"
No, see, most of the time it's like on my way home, so like I can only like write just a little bit because I'm driving. But when Scout says something dumb, I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Scout said something dumb. Get that? Really?
Of course.
Oh my God!
He's got some good takes as well.
I tell you what, though. You know, if there's one thing I know for sure is that Scotty makes a good living as Scouse's attorney. Every time I make a joke about him.
I'm not having to slander on my boy, man. He's a good boy. He's a good lad.
Hey, he is for himself.
It's Scouse dishes it out more than he takes it.
He does.
Well, I don't know. I've looked at him. He takes quite a bit.
Anyway.
So, all right, we will see you. On that note, we will see everybody when we see you next.
Hey, next time.